When it comes to making a statement, Mercedes set the standard with the AMG G63 6x6. Around the world, people take notice when you arrive.
Yeah. If you care about that red carpet stuff, then a Yuppie 11 G63 might be a good option for you. But when it comes to standing out in the crowd, it's the Hennessy Velociraptor 6x6. That's where it's at.
Wait, isn't Hennessy Performance an aftermarket company? Ford doesn't even make that.
Yeah, Hennessy Performance could be called an aftermarket company. But they produce the Venom, which is one of the best hypercars ever built. The twin-turbo, 1800 horsepower, 6.6 propels the Venom to over 250 miles an hour. And
Wait a minute. That's a car. That's not the engine in the Velociraptor. What's under your hood?
yeah, it's not the 6.6 from the Venom. Hennessy started with Ford's 3.5-liter twin-turbo EcoBoost, bumped it up to 558 horsepower and 672 pound-feet of torque. To handle all that power, they beefed up the 10-speed automatic and ensured all 6 wheels had access to the power. The results is a 0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds, which is the same as a production BMW M3.
BMW M3 Coupe, maybe from 2000.
Well, 2001 actually. But still, it matches a production M3. What's under your hood?
Well, first off, it isn't a puny 3.5 liter. The AMG G63 has a refined 5.5 liter twin-turbo V8 pumping out 536 horsepower and 561 pound-feet of torque. It's backed up by a 7-speed automatic transmission.
Yeah, but that's 2 more liters and almost the same horsepower. And it is 100 pound-feet of torque less. What's the 0 to 60? Let's hear how good your AMG is.
Well, the G63 is meant to arrive in style. The transfer case provides power to the 3 portal axles. These are from the Unimog and provide 18 inches of ground clearance. That's more than your fat cow of a truck.
Hold on, let's not change the subject. What's your 0 to 60 time?
7.8 seconds?
Sorry, did you say 7.8 seconds? Well, at least it's faster than a Tesla semi-truck. Come on, 7.8 seconds? How much does that thing weigh?
9,000 pounds. But this isn't about being fast. It's about being able to go anywhere in style. The G63 can forge through up to 40 inches of water. It has 5 differential locks controlled from the dash. With everything locked, 100% of the power is sent to all 6 wheels. Mercedes designed an independent suspension for each axle, allowing the G63 to conquer any terrain.
Okay, I'll admit the Unimog axles are cool, and Hennessy has them as an option. But even without them, the Velociraptor 6x6 is a match for the Mercedes. With 15 inches of ground clearance, 3 locking differentials, and massive 37-inch off-road tires, that means the Velociraptor can go anywhere too. However, the most exciting part of the Velociraptor suspension is the Fox Live Valve shocks. Those shocks are used in off-road races and are renowned for their ability to provide perfect wheel articulation and control at high speed driving over rough terrain. That isn't a fancy show truck, it's a seriously fast machine on and off-road. While the Velociraptor, God, I love saying that. I drive a Velociraptor. Anyways, it weighs only 6,500 pounds and it is much more practical than your fancy Mercedes-Benz G63 AMG.
Practical? Are you sure that practical is the right word? After all, we're talking about massive vehicles that need 2 parking spots and is painful to use around town. Heck, they cannot even park in most garages due to their height. Not to mention the vast amounts of fuel both 6x6 trucks use. These are not your average commuter cars, nor should they be used as such.
I'm sure your European luxury truck doesn't fit in your European house, but my Velociraptor fits just fine here in Texas. But maybe the standard perception of practical cannot be used when discussing these. Since both vehicles are 4-door trucks, let's see how they stack up in that department. The Hennessy has a massive 8-foot truck bed, which is significantly bigger and more usable than your AMG G63. Both models have similar payload ratings at 1,400 pounds. Interestingly, despite being lighter, the Velociraptor is more than 5 feet longer than your G63. In the case of the 6x6 monster trucks, bigger is always better. So Hennessy is a bit taller, a bit wider than your Mercedes. We like our friends, but we don't need to hold hands while we drive.
Maybe we're just more comfortable in our skin, but the smaller G63 does have some advantages. The advanced drivetrain shines on the trails. With 5 locking differentials, unmatched axle articulation, capable electronic stability systems, and a powerful engine, this Mercedes is home on a rock-crawling course, snowy mountain, or desert. A stiff chassis keeps the body from twisting while all 3 axles do their job. Underbody protection keeps the oil pan and transmission from hitting sharp rocks, and the whole vehicle is constructed to withstand any terrain. Although Mercedes' wheels are slightly smaller at 18 inches, it uses the same 37-inch rubber as your Velociraptor. The G63 has more suspension travel and more powerful brakes. The smaller length makes it more maneuverable too. It is no coincidence that most G63s made were sold in the Middle East, where oil-rich sheiks want something that can cross the vast patches of empty land, push through the sandstorm, and still provide all the comfort, luxury, and prestige you would expect from Mercedes-Benz.
Yes, the Mercedes is thoroughly engineered for extreme tasks. It does feel more yuppie inside too.
You keep using that word. Is yuppie the insult you have? But to that end, the G63 comes standard with polished bamboo in the cargo bed, emphasizing this vehicle's luxury feel and prestige. With the finest leather upholstery, numerous luxury features, and impeccable fit and finish, this is truly an outstanding vehicle that can make you feel invincible. The interior is a work of art with 4 separate power-operated leather seats, dual-zone climate control, perfect driving position, and great sound isolation. The whole package is completed by matching color choices and a premium sound system. The comfort is outstanding, and occupants enjoy the quality materials.
Yuppie isn't an insult, it's a descriptive word. It is the most appropriate description when comparing it to my meat-eating killer. The Hennessy Velociraptor is also well appointed with advanced technologies in the interior. It has space for 5, and with it still in production, there is a modern infotainment system, wireless chargers, heated and vented seats, and all the modern amenities your 2013 to 2015 Mercedes lacks. Also, Hennessy is always ready to fulfill any specific customer requests.
Mine might be almost 10 years old, but it's worth more. When it was launched 10 years ago, the MSRP was $547,000, like $700,000 today. It was more expensive than any other SUV or off-road vehicle then, and more than most supercars. Due to the exorbitant price, the clientele included royal families, Russian oligarchs, and drug lords. If you want to get one now, be prepared to pay over $1 million for the privilege. Yeah, the privilege of owning one. Production figures are unknown, but experts claim that just over 100 were produced and 20 were right-hand drives.
Well, the Velociraptor 6x6 isn't that rare, although it is far from typical. Hennessy has built 3 generations of 6x6 models. Only 50 of the second generation were built, and 250 current models will be made. They are being bought by similar clientele, but less of a sweater around the shoulder type of buyer. If you want to call yourself a proud Velociraptor 6x6 owner, you'll need $400K and a brand new Ford F-150 Raptor, or $500K for everything.